8 on X at night, it is Jay Hud, and as promised, we have a very special guest on the phone with us. Zacky Vengeance, the guitar player from the band Avenged Sevenfold. Zacky, what's happening? Good to talk to you again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a while.
It's good to have you on the phone. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing good. We just got back from mixing the album out in New York just a couple days ago.
Oh, with Andy Wallace?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, he's got quite the, I was looking at his track record. He's got quite the track record.
Yeah, he's incredible. Like, watching that guy work. And he's just such a cool guy, too, so.
Now, with you guys are actually sitting down and going through the whole album and mixing it, is that like a band effort, or you different people in the band are there for different days?
You know, we all go.
Okay.
We kind of we were really picky when we were actually recording the album. We make sure everything's exactly how we want. And then we all head out to New York, and we kind of let Andy Wallace do his thing, and then we go in there and listen. Matt, our singer, he has like the craziest ears I've ever heard. Like, he can hear things that no one can hear, and like there'll be little nuances and stuff, and he'll go and like pick certain things out. It's a pretty much collective effort.
We're talking with Zacky Vengeance, guitarist for the band Avenged Sevenfold, and the new album Nightmare will be coming out on July 27th. Now, you guys actually went with Mike Alenzano, who actually has some Detroit connections. I know he's worked with Eminem here in Detroit, and of course Dr. Dre. Why'd you choose him to work with on some of the songs here?
Oh man, it was he'd come to us and said, I know that I've have a track record of working with a lot of pop artists and rap artists, and the truth is that I'm just a musician. I absolutely love Avenged Sevenfold. I've listened to you guys for a long time, and it would be an absolute dream and an honor to work on an album like this. I grew up listening to Metallica and Megadeth. I just love music, and I just kind of fell into working with Eminem and Dr. Dre and stuff.
Right.
But I love your band and would love to be a part of Avenged Sevenfold in this project. Were really the words that you love to hear, because everyone else throws you, classic rock producers and stuff that have already done big albums. But we're all about having somebody that's truly passionate about what we do. I mean, passion is more important.
Yeah.
And he truly was so excited and understood our band, and he was with us before Jimmy had passed. So he got to see Jimmy write and play drums and do everything, and he just truly understood how brilliant Jimmy was, and all of us. He really became our friend through the whole process.
So he kind of had an idea of with how the band and the vision they had before everything happened.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's truly pretty incredible, but he got to see where it was going, and all of Jimmy's input, and then he had to live the nightmare, with us and through it. So yeah, I mean, he was a big part of it.
So he's part of the family while you guys were making the album. Then usually you don't hear that, because some of these producers are so money hungry, they'll just take the money and record the band, even though if they're not passionate or don't like them. So it's kind of cool to hear that this guy actually approached you guys because he's a fan of the music. It's usually the other way around, and kind of built it from there,
Oh, absolutely. We only do business with people that are passionate about what we do, just because we're so passionate. We live and breathe everything we do. I've always known we're a band that's not afraid to say no. There's so many bands that are willing to jump up and kiss ass or whatever. That's just not part of our physical makeup.
Now, Zacky, I know talking to you and being a fan of Avenged Sevenfold for years, and talking to you several times, you guys are, you're not one of these prefabricated bands that were put together by a label. You guys have started from day one together. You guys have grown up with each other, so I can only imagine the things you went through with the passing of Jimmy. And that's got to be kind of hard when you guys were actually in the middle of making an album. So this album's got to be, pretty important because of that. It's the last work that Jimmy actually was involved with.
Oh, absolutely. I really, truly feel in my heart that it's going to go down rock and metal and history as an album that can never be duplicated. People, try and say, bands are trying to compare themselves to Metallica's Black Album and stuff. And I always sit there and I think, you can't ever copy Metallica's Black Album. You can't do that. It's been done. And I truly feel with this album, this is the Avenged Sevenfold album that just can't be duplicated. No one will ever be able to do what we did on this album. I don't think anyone will ever be in the darkest place in their whole life.
Right.
Literally 3 days after the album was pretty much finished. But crazy enough, basically, Jimmy had written a song on, I think it was Christmas Eve, which was the 24th of December. Probably the most haunting song I've ever heard in my whole life. He played piano. It's not like a song I've ever heard any band play. Straight out of that guy's mind, just the most creative, haunting song. He hummed the entire melody of how he wanted the song to be sung, and he only left about 3 lines of lyrics that you could tell what he was saying. And what he was saying is, it's kind of it's really like the saddest, most clairvoyant lyrics you could ever imagine. And he went to Matt that day, and he wanted the song to be called Death. And with that he said, you know, this album's complete. You know, I feel we have so many great songs. I feel this album's done. You know, I want to help you with the lyrics to this song in particular because you know, he was really proud of that song. And then he died 3 days later.
Wow.
So we're left dealing with that and having to listen to this song and listening to what he's saying. It's like a musical masterpiece. I think people, you know, I said this to other people, but I truly believe it's going to make millions of people in the whole world cry when they hear it. It's just one of many magic moments on the CD after everything that happened. Having an album completely finished and then having your best friend die, you know, suddenly out of nowhere, and being forced to go back and evaluate everything you've ever known, your band, you know, your future. You take everything, and then all of a sudden, whatever we were writing about before didn't have any relevance. You know what I mean? The way that we were playing things before wasn't passionate enough, wasn't important enough. I guess it's up to the world to agree or disagree, but for me personally, I'm very proud of all of us, and I can't wait for our fans to hear it.
We've heard the title track "Nightmare" on 89X already. It's actually winning on the People's Choice. It's It's funny because you guys actually beat Eminem in his own town.
Oh man, that's awesome.
He won for like 13 nights in a row, and then the song got released. I think it was Monday, and I put it on my show. And you guys actually beat Eminem. That's a pretty big deal here in Detroit.
That's amazing, man. It's Rock City.
Yeah, this album's coming out on July 27th. We're definitely looking forward to it. Now, Mike P. from Dream Theater, one of Jimmy's big inspirations in music, he's a very great drummer, so I'm pretty sure he kind of just fits the pocket of what's going on and what you guys are trying to do, huh?
Absolutely. He came in there with the utmost respect, beyond generous human being for helping us in such a time, you know, when we were dealing with things most people I hope will never have to deal with.
Right.
And he stepped up to the plate, and he came in and said, I was a huge fan of Jimmy. I'm honored to play. You know, most of Jimmy's drum parts had been written out,
right,
and he was really excited about his drumming on this album.
Yeah, actually, definitely looking forward to seeing him on the Uproar tour, which you guys announced some dates already. I didn't see a Detroit date on there yet, but I see some open slots where one Detroit date may be able to go, so hopefully I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Oh, man, I'll be fighting to get back to Detroit. I think that's probably seriously one of the, every time we go there, and it's like people are so hungry for rock music there, and they all show up in full force. I don't even know. There's really no words to describe it. It's the best feeling in the world to know that you have so many people that are there for you, to rock out with you, to help pick you up when you're down, and to mourn with you when you're mourning and stuff. It's just, our fans are part of the family. It's pretty incredible. Zacky,
thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us today, and we'll see you on the Uproar tour, and we'll definitely talk again before the album comes out on July 27th.
Awesome, man. I can't wait.
All right, take care.
Take care, man.